Okay. What I wanted to show you, as y'all start the layout for doing your linkages, if you look in your book on page 679, you have a page showing your linkage symbols, and you need to probably stop and create these so you'll have them ready to go. All right, and I would, they're pretty small on here, so I would probably make them about twice the size that they are in the book. Okay. Now you're going to create, starting on page 690. Sorry about that. Flip back. Your 16.4 is the symbols, and that's the ones you want to make. Your fixed joint, of course, linkage is just a line. Your pin joint, it says, is a 3/32 diameter. Okay, so I would make it 6/32. That would be 3/16. Okay, and run with it that way. And then you'll have to just be creative on figuring the size of this housing and slider. Okay, it's just a little bit too small at 3/32 to work with. Then when you start doing your little displays, yeah, these are very similar, your examples. So here's your crank mechanism and your lever or rocker mechanism. Okay, so crank and lever rocker are designed pretty much the same way. You have a fixed point, and then you have a lever that either cranks and goes in a complete circle, or it just moves up and down in a defined angle. Okay. I mean, you can already tell on here these are bigger than what they were displaying over in the other example. Okay, so to do this, you've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to draw. And remember, you're only doing the schematic, okay, of each one of these types of linkages. So to do that, use a B size sheet, a B size title block. Set your viewport to 1:1, and then what I did, just to kind of make things you can draw inside of here, but I like drawing over in model space. So I created the viewport over here in model space 1:1, and then I drew a grid, 6-panel grid that divides up this 1:1 space equally. So I can put the 6 examples in here, and they should fit. That's that distance there. Okay, come on. It's 2.3 inches. So none of these are in the book are that big as far as height. And we definitely got it on the length. Okay, so you just put one example in each one. Okay, and for these, you've got 16.5 is your crank, 0.6 is your lever or rocker, 0.7 shows a rocker arm, a pivot like. 16.8 is your bell crank, kind of a rocker situation. That should fit, no problem. And then your 4-bar linkage movements. That might get a little tight. 16.9. You've got a driver and follower, rotate, driver, follower, rotates, driver, rotates, follower, oscillates. Okay, so it's going just back and forth. And then they've got another one that's driver and follower oscillating. Okay, so there's 3 different movements with the 4-bar linkage system there. Okay, here the driver and the follower are rotating completely, staying connected to one another. Here the driver is rotating and the follower oscillates back and forth. It's designed in such a way so that the linkage pushes back and forth here and does not go all the way around. Then another one is where just the driver and follower oscillate, both of them oscillate back and forth. And with that one, that's dependent upon this movement here and really related to what cam it's connected to. Okay, so you kind of got to be creative here. You may have to do some, you have to do some little measuring to get this duplicated into your drawing, into your CAD. I hate the afternoons. Then the next group is really picks up on the 4-bar linkage. Okay, and your next group is 11, 12, 13, and 14. Well, 11, 12, and 13. I wouldn't recommend that you put them all in the same square, because they are all related, and you can show everything in one diagram, but it's better if you would just draw the basic and then copy it 2 more times for 12 and 13. Okay, so you'll draw this in the very first rectangle of your CAD layout, and then copy it into the next 2 and make the appropriate changes. This one can use the layout from 1611, and you'll just modify the connecting part. Get your crank over here, and then your slider mechanism would have to be drawn here. So lots of copying can be used. Then your next 2 displays will show the maximum and minimum of your slider. Okay, extreme right and extreme left. Okay, this is a mechanism that combines your 4-bar linkage and a slider all together. So you've got a fixed point up here, here, and here. You have a linkage established between B and C, a 4-bar linkage. Then it's sliding around on this rod as this rotates, as it rotates between the 4-bar linkage system, it forces this to kind of move in an elliptical motion.
When we draw that, we draw the ellipse and everything.
Oh yeah, you got to find the points based on this linkage up here. Okay, and of course what operates this stuff and makes it move in different motions, your linkages, is the cam designs, which is coming shortly after we take a little sachet into processes. Okay, when you get done with those and I've checked them, then you can go ahead and start on your problem. 16.2, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 11. So over here, when you start these problems, you reproduce this as part of your drawing. Okay? You're referring to the pictorial. You don't draw the pictorial. Now, if you want to look up some toggle clamps online and get an idea for what they, what products there are and different arrangements, it wouldn't hurt. So the pictorial drawing and linkage schematic is showing the clamp in a closed position. Okay, so here's A, B, C. So you've got a linkage between C and D. You've got a linkage between D and B. And then between A and B. Okay. Then you reproduce the schematic and show it in the open position in a second color. So just like you see, it could be in black or whatever, regular monochrome, and then draw the open position, what these linkages would look like in another color. Doesn't really matter what color. Okay. So that's kind of where you're going with that. All right, questions?
First review question.
Yeah.
It says to draw a
Ouch.
to draw a link.
Yeah, so that'll be taken care of when you do your 4-bar linkage schematic drawing.
Okay, so skip question 1 in the
Yeah.
review questions.
It'll be covered by your drawing. Yep. Any other questions?
I was trying to figure out how I was going to draw it in Word.
Well, you could draw it in CAD and copy and paste it in.
Paste. I'll just skip it.
Had it right, you just had to individually pick everything about it.
Oh,
You couldn't window it,
oh, okay.
or I just control click.
Huh. Yeah, and it tells you right down there in the, it says control click, doesn't it? Oh well.
It's kind of odd that you wouldn't know